Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Emerge Elite podcast episode 3. Yeah, I'm on a roll. 3 down. God knows how many more to go in life. Welcome to the podcast. Right, okay, so I'll do this at the beginning of every single podcast. My name is Emily Topping. I'm the founder of Emerge Elite Limited, which is a fitness apparel company. I'm also a social media marketer. I am a part-time entrepreneur. Now, I say that, and this is why I'm saying it right now, because I've had a few people, like literally 2, who have been like, you can't preach that you're so independent and doing this and doing that when you still have a full-time job and you still rely on that full-time job. And I was like, yeah, I do rely on that full-time job because guess what? It pays my bills. I am not in a position where I can live at home and pay no rent and earn 200 quid a month if that was all that I was to make. I mean, guaranteed at the minute, I'm making 3 times my income on the side. So yeah, I could probably give it in. But I do actually like having a daytime job. I've not got rid of that yet. And I don't do this whole thing where I'm sat there I'm making money for someone else. Essentially the company that I'm working for right now is a family-based company. I love their values. So at the minute, I'm absolutely happy. Anyway, after that little rant, onto the main part of this podcast. This one is about happiness, because that's kind of the feeling that I got from these couple of individuals that were messaging me, kind of saying that I was like a fake. I'm a fake entrepreneur because, I only do it part-time and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I wanted to kind of get onto happiness, your own personal happiness as well. When I was about 21, I probably wasn't the happiest person in the world. I went through the usual angst as a teenager, very dramatic. But at 21, I was really confused. I was really unhappy with myself. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I did a lot of things for other people. So, I didn't remind myself that I also need to look after myself too. I shouldn't rely on other people to do that, even though I was taking care of other people. This kind of continued until I was about 23. During this period of time, especially my fitness wise, if anyone knows my story, it's normally posted on Instagram at Emily E. Topping if you want to check it out. I went from overweight to borderline anorexic to now being a healthy weight. So I kind of went through all these mix of emotions. And the one thing that I realized during that entire time, and no offense to the people that were in my life at that time, because it was never your fault, I was not happy. I was just not happy because I was too busy trying to be someone else for someone else. I was trying to be a supportive girlfriend when I really needed to support myself. And, I was clinging around to the wrong social groups because I just wanted to be accepted, and everything that I did had some weird meaning behind it, but nothing that really you should be doing. I was clinging on to things because that to me was the right thing to do when it wasn't. What I really should have been doing is looking after myself. And that's why I have learned over the last, 5 years or so, that your own personal happiness is fundamentally the one thing that you need to keep a good grip on. And that may come to some people and they're like, oh yeah, but I've got kids, I've got a wife or a husband or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. They make me happy. Yeah, they're part of it. I'm not saying that you need to just fuck everyone off and do exactly what you want to do whenever you want to do it. If you've committed to a relationship or to children or to a particular career, you have to give time to it. But what I mean is that if you're not happy on the inside, if you're fundamentally just not clicking with yourself, you need to deal with that. Because in turn, all you're going to do is, if you don't, that unhappiness is going to seep through your skin, and it's going to come off into the environment, and the people that you're around, they're going to notice it. And to be honest, most of the time they'll probably blame themselves for it, which is not right. It's your happiness. So it's like just one of those topics that not a lot of people want to talk about, you know, like, because when I made the decision to, you know, fundamentally put myself first, it didn't go down well. It really didn't go down well. And I lost a lot of people in the process, you know. But then my life got more clear to me. So for me, essentially, like, doing what I do now, what I've dedicated the last 2 years to, that was a massive decision for me. But in order to do that, I couldn't just go and willy-nilly and spend money. I couldn't willy-nilly go out and socialise with people. I couldn't be a normal 26, 27-year-old, you know, where people class as normal. I couldn't go out every weekend. I had to distance myself from friends because I frankly didn't have the time to communicate with them because I was too busy doing something else. You know, I gave up days off. I gave up having a social life. I doubled down on my fitness and my health because that was something that I was allowing to deteriorate, and in turn that made me unhappy. It's like now I have noticed, I had surgery last year, not being able to train and not being able to be active, I have been unhappier. Because fitness in the gym and stuff like that, it's just part of my life. To me, it's my little comfort zone. I can put my headphones on, I can put an audiobook on or music on or whatever I want, and I can just chill out. And I can be completely and utterly on my own with my thoughts. And that's good for me, you know? So for people out there who, you know, they don't know where to start, because a lot of people don't know where to start when it comes to finding your own happiness. My main thing to do, and I love a list, is to list down all the things that makes you genuinely happy. Is it going for long walks? Is it being with your partner? Is it the gym, like me? You know, is it work? You know, it's all of these different contributing factors. Like some people know that I was involved with the equine industry. I was with them. I was in it for nearly 11 years, and I love it. I love the equine industry, and I made a massive decision in my life recently to change job, and it meant leaving the equine industry behind, because what I have found is that the industry did not make me happy anymore. Horses still make me happy. I still love the horses. But the industry didn't make me happy anymore. And in turn, that was having a negative effect on my life. And I dragged that out. I'm not perfect. I am preaching to you guys about your own personal happiness. But it took me a long time to figure out and to take that leap and to say, you know what? This isn't making me happy anymore. Because then at the same point, I might as well go fucking freelance. You know, if it's not making me happy anymore, then I could have just gone freelance and just done this full time and everything. Guaranteed, I'm in a situation right now where I can't. I don't bullshit people about it. I am doing what I need to do right now in order for my future. But also, to kind of like conclude on about your own personal happiness and stuff, don't expect to be happy all the time. I'm not expecting you now to go, you know what? I really like walking on my own, so I'm going to walk on my own every single day. And that's going to make me happy. Because it's probably not. You know, that's just not how the world works. You are going to have days where you feel like shit. To be honest, I have periods of every single day where I just don't want to do anything anymore. And where I'm sat there and I'm like, wow, I'm just generally really unhappy. And I might have done, you know, a bunch of client work, gone to my day job, you know, gone to the gym, done everything that I love. Everything that I love. And I'm still unhappy at the end of the day. Guess what? You're human. We were blessed with emotions. Deal with it. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I was just reflecting. I'm currently writing a book and stuff, and I was reflecting on what I was like when I was like 22 years old. And I am so glad I am not that person anymore. Just because she was so negative. She was so negative about things because she wasn't happy with herself. And, you know, I'm so glad that now I've got to a point where I feel comfortable enough to be myself, to embrace myself, and to also go after what I want. You know, like, I never mean it. When I say things to people, like, I never mean it out of a place of, like, hurt. You know, like, I can turn around and just be in a foul mood and just be like, right, I'm going to the gym. And that can come across as sharp and bitter and stuff to, like, I don't know, my other half or my friend that I'm with or whatever. But it's not that. It's me realising that I'm in a negative state of mind and then going and doing something that takes me out of that mind. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy your Monday. It is Monday. I have got 20 minutes to get to work. Luckily, it's only 5 minutes down the road. Have an amazing day. And if you are a kind of person who, you know, is struggling with your own personal happiness and stuff, and you can't seem to figure it out, Emily E. Topping is my Instagram handle. Please DM me. Let's chat. Sometimes it's easier to figure something out with someone who doesn't know you, so you can just kind of talk to them and you can get a full, honest conversation. But yeah, have a blessed day, my beautiful people. Thank you very much for joining in on another podcast. I really appreciate all the love and support that I've been getting from you guys recently. And I will see you in the next one.